Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Man, watching the last couple of days, right? I've been watching this Vlad TV, and man, this is probably the best video I've seen on Vlad, best interview I've seen on Vlad, if not in a long time, probably altogether. It's the Bimmy interview. El Blue, what it do, man? What it do? What it do? It's the Bimmy interview, man, and I salute Bimmy, man. Give Bimmy the utmost, like man, because his brother, he really stood tall, stood firm, man, on the era that we come from, the things that a lot of us had to do in those eras. And the brother didn't fold. He stood 10 down, and man, he's still carrying it like that till this day. You know what I mean? It's like, man, you have what is it? Glaze, what Brian Glaze gives, whatever his name is. He be talking a little sideways about Bemmy, man, but Bemmy kept it firm, man. He ain't opened his mouth about nothing. He held all of his people down, and he gracefully bowed out. Don't watch it. Didn't watch it yet, but gonna check it out. El Blue, when I check, this is probably the best Vlad interview I've ever seen. Literally, like no exaggeration, probably the best one I've ever seen. And he like, man, he touched on a lot of situations without touching on the situations. And he was like, man, he don't speak to Supreme anymore because of his relationship with 50. You know what I mean? That's like, man, he like, how do you stand in a situation when both of the people that's at odds and that's trying to go at each other's neck slash take their life, how do you stay neutral and get to one side and try and get them to chill, go to the other side, try and get them to chill? And I can relate to that so much, man. Like it really, man, it caught me because I got a lot of cats, man, like real close. Yeah, I know Glaze. Back in the day, he does a little exaggerate. You actually know Glaze? Man, that's what's up. I like the stories. I like some of the stories because, man, it gives you some real history. Excuse me. Because I used to always dig into the New York situation anyway. Because it's some real players that came out of New York, and Bimmy is one of them, man. You know what I mean? And the way he carry himself now, you wouldn't think you could possibly get the wrong opinion of him. And I understand that. Yeah, I know a few of them cats from back in the day. Okay, that's what's up. It's like, man, and the way he handled the situation with 50, man, I'm like, I could totally understand, man, because I got two of my real good partners. I mean, both of them like brothers to me, actually. They've been at odds for, man, years, man. And it's like, I always had to, I never choose sides because I love both of them. Yeah, Bimmy's like, man, that brother's to watch it all the way through. I always checked him out from that little stuff he did, but this like he really like opened up on a lot of stuff on this. Like, man, he kept it firm. It's like, man, that's my definition of how an OG's supposed to carry themselves. I salute him to the utmost, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, I got two of my buddies. Shot and Chief. I keep because everybody knows, you know what I'm saying? But they never rocked out. They wanted to do all types of things to each other, but I always stayed. I never picked a side because I love both of them mothers. I love both of them kids. You know what I mean? It's like, and I love both of them the same way. So it's like, man, I stay out of it, but I always kept both of them here. And most of the time, when it was ready to bump heads, I stood in the middle like, man, if anybody gonna do something tonight, y'all gonna have to do that shit to me. So I kept it, man. I definitely understand where he was coming from with that tip, man. And it's like, man, he touched on a lot of stuff, man. That's literally this was the interview where Vlad already knew. Don't even try to pull it and get him to talk some more sideways shit. You know what I mean? So Vlad, a lot of the questions Vlad was like, he gave his opinion on it and his interpretation of what he thought it was about. And they were like, man, you don't have to answer that, baby. And it's like, man, And Bimmy made laugh on the one. Vlad asked him, what's those teardrops for? What do they really mean? Bimmy said, I woke up crying this morning. That's how you know what I mean, you know, there's too many people you see get on Vlad and give they self situations they have to deal with. He knew not to play with exactly. You know what I mean? Man, rain, good day to you, good day, good day. And it's like, man, so many people go on there and it's like, man, they certain people ask you something, you don't have to answer the question. Or you can answer it whichever way you choose to answer it. You don't have to, without lying, you could bounce around the truth without even saying anything and people will understand. But you have too many people on there just going there, man. And Lipinski, what it do? And just, man, get themselves a whole situation they don't have to deal with, man. Lipinski, um, Rain, I'm talking about the Bimmy interview on Vlad. You know, when the best Vlad interview that I've ever seen, hands down. You know, it's like, man, Bimmy's like the definition of what I think of OG, how OG should carry himself. You know what I mean? For real. He gracefully bowed out of the game. He still stand firm, but you know what I mean? Shit, don't play with you, but you ain't in everybody BS. You know what I'm saying? But Bimmy kept it tight, and all the topics he touched on, he answered them honestly, like a G, and really didn't say a damn word. You know what I mean? To make yourself look bad or expose anybody else to some fuck shit that they might have done or people assume they done. So man, Bimmy kept it tight, and if any of y'all, man, go check it out. It's definitely worth it. You know what I mean? Man, it's definitely worth it, you know. So man, I'm saluting that brother on that. But it's like, man, he touched on a lot of situations that I could actually I seen the man. I haven't watched it years. Yeah, man, Rain. I had stopped watching Vlad altogether. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, a lot of the people that come on there, you might have interest in them or interest in a story, but a lot of them will get on Vlad and make themselves look corny as hell to me. Make themselves look like some straight suck ass motherfuckers to me, because you don't let nobody walk you into no damn fire. That's just mine, you know. It's like, man, I haven't really watched. Every now and then it would be one like the dude Gravy. He released Gravy's not too long ago. I wound up watching Gravy because I was a big fan of that brother. You know what I'm saying? Very few, you know what I mean? Every now and then I spot on one and just watch it. But as far as consistently watching Vlad, yeah, I had totally got off of him. This one here, man, Bimmy kept it tight. He kept it official, man. He ain't make himself look bad. He ain't put no smut on nobody else's name, and he was in the mix of everything back then, you know. They got to talking about 50, man. He was like, when he first met 50, he didn't fuck with him, you know, because 50 was a robber for real, man. But he said they grew to get real tight, but that's why Supreme won't deal with him, you know. He like, man, people on the outside be letting Supreme hear some of the stuff Bimmy saying. Supreme mind ain't clicking right now, so he takes shit out of context. So Bimmy said tight. He said 50 is man though, so that's good shit, man. Yeah, once in a while I tap in for someone I'm really interested. That's me, man. But once I saw the Bimmy one, I'm like, yeah, let me check it out. And when I say, man, because the first he got Vlad do that shit 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, chopping that shit up, getting all the views. You know what I mean? Strategically, yeah, it makes sense. You know what I mean? But you want to watch it, I waited till it was all the way up where I could just watch it all the way through. I don't like that every other day you drop 7 minutes, 5 minutes. That's some cheesy shit. But you know, it's marketing, right? Man, but that's about it though, man. I'm sitting back chilling, man. But I definitely enjoyed that one. It made me think about a lot of shit that I've done, situations I've been in, and the way I've handled a lot of things. Similar ways of thinking. And you know what I mean? I appreciated that interview because that's the definition of how G's supposed to carry himself and how G's supposed to not open his fucking mouth. But a lot of dudes don't know how to do that, you know? And what these young cats look at as a real G or a real OG, they really blind to the fact that the dudes they looking at as being thorough are actually the suckers ones that's out here. My opinion, I stand on it. That's how I feel. So, man, Rain, yeah, Blue, Penske, all y'all, man, I hope everything been going good. You know, I'm chilling, man. Chilling, family going good. Waiting on Mom Dukes to get on this end. So, you know, I'm real excited right now. So, man, just tapping in for a minute, man. Always appreciate y'all coming to holler at your boy, man. Definitely do. I definitely do, man. So, you know, I'll be back at y'all. Probably tomorrow night, I'm going to finish my story off. I had to figure out how I was going to weave into my marriage today because I had a lot of little shit I was doing leading up to me chilling right now. So I was just trying to mentally think about how I'm gonna come at the people with it. So man, I'm gonna definitely tap back in with y'all real soon, man. Everybody, I appreciate it. Hope everybody have a good one. Keep your head on the swivel, folks. Keep your head on the swivel, man. And I'll definitely be back at y'all, man. Like, subscribe, and share. Cat Chicago's finest. Always gonna keep it real. Holla back.